Yeah. A park that was never, ever master planned to be a theme park. It was a movie studio that the theme park just kind of grew out of. We always end up building our mazes in the strangest places.
Mostly queues and such, but we look for flat, hopefully flat lands actually to be able to, erect a tent or, open areas. It's really difficult and really hard to find locations, honestly. The best locations obviously would be somewhere like in a sound stage, which you guys have experienced that with us, but unfortunately not everyone can be in one, but we just,
To show you
oh yeah.
Bing, I just want to show you guys the work that this guy does, because it's like a giant jigsaw puzzle every year. Bing. So those are the mazes. Just picked a random year, 2011. Let's just look at a few of these ground plans. Just look at the physical space and how radically it changes from one to the other. This is
JPQ.
Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare, Jurassic Park Q. Bing.
Okay, that one is in the west.
That was in the Wild West venue. That's the thing.
Yeah, that was in a tent as well.
Kind of similar shapes.
Yeah. Yep.
Bing. Now it's getting a little weird. This is Hostel behind Mummy.
Yeah, the Mummy Q.
Long and skinny.
We make decisions, honestly, where these go. And John and I kind of go round and round and trying to find kind of best location, and we try to lay them out based on popularity. Sometimes, honestly, it's based on design. So, an example of this hostel, which for the frontal, we don't have a lot of depth, but we've got a lot of width. So I could do a landscape format for a frontal here and say other areas I wouldn't, but for hostel, we wanted it to be a big industrial building. So it made a lot of sense,
And a lot of smaller scenes.
smaller scenes and limited height. If it was a bigger height maze or look, we really couldn't put it here because we were at like 9.6.
So now it'll get weirder. Bing.
So some of those decisions are based on that. This is another one. This was
Shrek.
Yeah, so Shrek. You see at the very top at the right, essentially that's where you're entering and exiting. So the format of that is more portrait shaped. I don't have a lot of width, I've got a lot of height. So if you guys remember how La Llorona was, it was more of a mission style, very tall. And then, we're doing all this crazy winding through where we're trying to enter and then exit the same place, which is not easy, but if you see in the middle of the big rectangle, see the bridge, then you can see the little kids floating in the lake there too. So that gives you some
One of my favorites.
perspective there where we're at. So
And then Bing. And then really crazy. This is House of a Thousand Corpses in the old Terminator queue, and now it's all over the place. So this just gives you a little bit of an example of how every single maze is its own jigsaw puzzle that Chris has to figure out. Bing.